is James J. Yasso, also known as the Highway Scribe. This is chapter 5 or post 5, talking about my book In the Deed, the first book of my series. In chapter 4, I talked about the historical fiction side of my book. And in this chapter, I'm going to talk about the horror side. When I wanted to interject horror in my book, who do you think I read? The one and only Mr. Stephen King. Stephen King not only has an unlimited imagination, he has a unique writing style that makes you feel like he's in the room reading the book to you, which is part of the reason you get nightmares from his books. And so Stephen King, I love his writing and his story weaving so much that I read about 50 books of his, but I didn't find what I was looking for, what I needed for my book. But I did find it under his pen name, under Richard Bachman. I found a book named Thinner, which had a curse in it. In my book, I interjected a curse in a family that came from Iraq, that brought a curse from them from Iraq, from the old country to America. And I even put his book into my book, talking about my truck driver. My character truck driver's name is D. He was driving, listening to the cassette of Thinner, and it bothered his mind so much, he had to pull over and throw the book in the garbage before he drove on. So after Stephen King, I got off his books. I went to look for another author that wrote horror that I liked just as much as him, but didn't find any, except for one guy. One guy matched Stephen King's #1 book. To me, this book he wrote is his masterpiece. Stephen King might get mad at me, but no, he won't, because you know why? The writer is Joe Hill, his son. Joe Hill wrote a book called Heart-Shaped Box, which I think he got the name from Nirvana. He's a Nirvana fan, because Nirvana has a song named Heart-Shaped Box. But anyways, Joe Hill's character in there is a rock star that buys a ghost. By the way, don't ever buy a ghost. Whew. Anyways, from Joe Hill, he has a gothic girl in his book, and I made one of my characters a gothic girl, getting an idea from him. So that's about it on the horror side of my book. Thank you very much, and be safe out there.